For July 9th, 2025, this is DC Action News, reporting bravely and boldly from the center of the multiverse. I'm Alex Jaffe. Our top story: new developments in the fractured spectrum crisis as the emotional energy reservoir leaks through the universe, empowering hypersensitive sentient entities at random. Green Lantern Corps Director Jessica Cruz has issued a report that the Lanterns are hard at work rebuilding the power batteries destroyed by the United Planets to restabilize the spectrum. The reconstruction efforts have begun with the yellow power battery on New Corrigar, currently under the new management of Sinestro's son. A momentary power struggle between the now Green Lantern Corps re-enlisted Sinestro and his wayward offspring resolved quickly, giving way to cooperation and understanding after a big splashy energy battle. That's 2 batteries down, 5 to go. In Gotham, a report from the Gotham Irregulars, a street team of independent urchins, is issuing reports that the Memento killer copycat stalking Gotham streets may actually be the original Memento from over 100 years ago, transformed now into an immortal demon. The report comes courtesy of the missing Robin, who has been identified as having embedded himself within the Irregulars' ranks. Robin has since been retrieved by Batman, aided in tracking down his partner by French Police Lieutenant Catherine Lautrec, who has reportedly just been claimed as Memento's latest victim. Gotham residents at the moment are advised to keep a wide berth from the sites of any historic catastrophes in Gotham City until Memento is caught, which practically may just be a call to get out of Gotham altogether. In smaller town news, Legion of Doom commander Gorilla Grodd was recently spotted in Smallville, Kansas, seeking his sister Linka working as a stylist in the superhero-owned hair salon The Main Event, with fire and ice. The shop owners themselves were in hell at the time of Grodd's arrival. The situation was deftly handled by a visiting Superman, making a rare political endorsement for Smallville mayoral candidate Mayor Ron with a sticker affixed to his cape. The metropolis outskirt town of Midvale, meanwhile, is handling its own satanic panic. The arrival of a pair of villains, the self-proclaimed Satan Girl and her hellhound Satan Dog, have been harassing the townsfolk with pranks and vandalism, making themselves a public nuisance. Phony Girl, Midvale's former imposter Supergirl, now sporting her own fetching green and purple ensemble, arrived on the scene to defeat Satan Girl, liberating the true Supergirl from her grasp. We're hearing now that Phony Girl is, like Supergirl, a Kryptonian in her own right. In fact, an unsanctioned refugee from the bottle city of Kandor. We learned this from Phony Girl's parents, who have arrived to retrieve her from Midvale. Supergirl was seen accompanying Phony Girl back to Kandor for what we can only imagine is to recognize her with some kind of parade in her honor. The Multiverse Report and more after this.
People of Earth, this is Queen Maxima, regent to the House of the Blood Royale and Empress of the Almaracian Empire. Our world has sponsored this audio program with an important message. I, Queen Maxima, am back on the market. It has become clear that, having sired offspring of his own, my previously intended consort Superman has no intention of shedding his delusional infatuation with his lesser human Earthmate. As such, as your world boasts the largest population of superpowered individuals in this plane of reality, I am now entertaining offers to sire the next generation of Almaracian royalty. Some facts about me. I'm 6'2", weigh 164 pounds, and my hair is as red as the sun that glowered mercilessly as its daughter Krypton exploded into radiant shards. I enjoy military strategy, martial combat, proving a point, and it has recently come to my attention that it is possible that I may be a lesbian, so factor that into your mental calculus. Superpowered individuals capable of passing their abilities genetically need only apply. If you get your powers from a ring or a helmet or some kind of godly patron, I don't want to hear it. Super strength is a must, flight preferred. Anything else? Surprise me. You may find me on Titan, a moon conveniently located within your own solar system. All suitors will be tested in combat against me personally. I expect you to lose, but also to try. I'll be wearing a gold bikini. That is all.
Welcome back to DC Action News. We go now to Earth Alpha for the latest on Absolute Superman. I'm reporting to you now from the riots in Orangi Town, calling for the arrest of peacemaker Christopher Smith, whom the Pakistani people hold responsible for the recent massacre here. As this is taking place, the Omega Men terrorist group, with the fugitive Superman in tow, have just attacked the Lazarus Corp peacemaking embassy in Karachi to free the protesters, with a rallying cry of, quote, "Death to techno-fascists everywhere." The Superman cleared the entire embassy of all peacemaker personnel at inhuman speed. The total death toll at this time is unknown, but includes all those protesters being held in the embassy for questioning, who were killed in the ensuing battle. It appears the Superman is even more powerful than we have come to believe, using a previously undocumented solar flare ability to disable the embassy's peace mechs. Superman and most of his Omega Men allies escaped from the incursion, with the exception of the infamous Agent Alpha, who remains in Peacemaker custody. We go now to Earth 19, where Alexander Jaffe has a report of his world's first superhuman team-up. Right, this is Alexander Jaffe, this is. After an old-fashioned dust-up in the American town of Smallville, a gang of Yanks with right peculiar powers got their fists out of each other's faces long enough to fend off the infamous Arley's gang from a bank robbery. I reckon they fancy themselves some manner of League of Justice, I do. I'll try to find out more, but I'm not really a reporter or nothing. Goodbye! Thank you, Alexander Jaffe. In psychic communications this week, telepaths are reporting disturbances throughout Gotham City around the nightclub district as the super-exclusive space-themed Lunaria opens its doors to the public tonight. DC Action News consultant Madame Xanadu warns that any Gothamites' over-reliance on telepathy at this time may result in a convergence of collective subconscious melded by the psychic flame of Pytar, an extrasensory relic from the planet Kalinor. We're also announcing that this will be our final psychic communication segment, as its relevance only applies to an audience who should already be aware of what's happening. Finally, in Deaths and Resurrections this week, we bid farewell to the beloved Queen Mera of Atlantis. Mera, along with the rest of her kingdom, was recently swept into the elemental plane of water known as the Blue, ruled by the ancient water god Dagon. Aquaman, the recrowned king of Atlantis, caught up with his kingdom in the Blue only this week to find the queen on her deathbed, as the entire city experienced rapid aging in relative time to our own material plane. Mera is survived by her now adult daughter, Andrina Curry. And that's all the news on our Prime Earth. We'll be back next week. For DC Action News, I'm Alex Jaffe, and your day has now been saved. For more on these developing stories, read Green Lantern Corps number 6, Batman and Robin number 23, Fire and Ice When Hell Freezes Over number 4, Supergirl number 3, Superman Treasury 2025, Absolute Superman number 9, Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice number 1, Birds of Prey, Unfit for Orbit number 2, and Aquaman number 7. DC Action News was created by Alex Jaffe and is produced by Alex Jaffe and Esper Quinn. Additional voices by LeahPlease. This is a listener-supported broadcast. Your contributions to patreon.com/DCActionNews keep us running. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of DC or Warner Bros. Discovery, nor should they be read as confirmation or denial of future DC plans. Never stop reading comics.